Okay, sometimes I don't know what happens, but I felt inspired to go live, so I want to talk about emotions and, you know, this deeper awareness of unifying our field of awareness. And that contextually or historically speaking, what's happened is that part of our progress or evolution, you could say, even as humans, was like disconnecting. And so I've been undergoing this, you know, this illusion of separation, where part of the piece here about deeper healing is the fact that we have lived in denial of the body. You could say, like, we've wanted to disconnect and make the body this mechanical knowable thing. Like, we want to contain the body as something separate and it's the same as everyone else's, and instead of understanding the unified field of an individual, you know, like the individuated aspect or the unique aspect, and how a being is working within themselves and consciousness to be a healed field of awareness, right? And if we separate the emotion, so, and that's, it triggers something just by someone's language of like, oh, someone's too emotional. And see, and I'm like, yeah, that's the whole thing, is like, we've kind of lived in like, don't, no, just don't have the emotions, it's just they're not there, and we think therefore I am, and like move it forward. And that's been a really wonderful thing in so many ways. And yet this wave, or this awakening or paradigm shift is really us integrating our emotional field, recognizing it is one with all, and we want to be able to unify the logic, the intellectual, discerning mind and thinking mind with a compassionate, loving perspective of our emotions. And, you know, any kind of spiritual bypassing is really just, or emotional bypassing, or healing bypassing, or passive aggressive tendency, or narcissistic tendency, is just living in denial of what we're feeling and making it about something else or someone else. Hey, Truth Kindness, how are you? And that's, I mean, sometimes it feels like I'm just going around saying the same thing over, and yet it does keep reflecting back to me that this is profound teaching, that us being able to own and transform all of the emotional density that we experience, that is possible. But we have to recognize that we do have to own them. We have to integrate them. We have to really, really connect with the emotions that we feel. See, well, interesting, isn't it? I really felt like going live. I was about to watch another video, and then I was just like, no, I really want to talk about this. Just these little nuggets, these little drop-ins of insights when I'm driving or doing something, where I'm like connecting dots of different reflections in my reality that are like, yeah, that's sometimes, and that's where a lot of us emotional beings have felt disenfranchised or kind of shoved aside, or haven't known how to quite fit into this world. It's that there has been along my life this kind of like introspective experience of connecting to the emotions and peeling back and peeling back and peeling back, and then suddenly being like, oh my gosh, it's really important for us as beings, for us to feel alive and feel whole and feel able and feel impactful or feel worthy and deserving and all of that good stuff. We just have to be able to sit and feel, and we have to be willing and courageous enough to feel all of our ugly, feel all of our because we've all got those patterns in us that are here to shift, that we want to break free from. I find love, power, stillness, or meditation that state connected God. So no, that's so perfect that you say that, because, and that's the truth of it, is like, meditation and relaxation are really the nuggets of our wisdom and our ability to ground in and be present with all of the emotion. Be present with, oh, look, there's loads of anger. Don't attack. Like, if that happens, it's okay too, but like, ideally not. But, you know, like, let the emotions, there's a difference when we suppress and repress. That's not us being the fullness of who we are. The emotions are a spectrum. They're not the truth of our being, but they're what help us navigate in this reality in a more harmonious and divine way, because we're no longer deflecting it outside of us. We're going, okay, if I am the one wholeness with all there is, and I'm one with other, I'm feedbacking with other, I'm energetically exchanging with other, and I can learn and grow from this loving perspective. But if I live in denial of my emotions, if I'm constantly saying, oh, they're too emotional, or oh yeah, I'm just stressed over, but it's no big deal, or like, oh, that person just drains the life force out of me, but like, it's fine, you know, blah 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 blah, like, we can keep denying what's happening on an energetic level by staying hooked in the head, by staying on repeat in our mental. And that's the importance of meditation. Ultimately, meditation, relaxation, yoga, energy work. Yeah, and truth, kindness, and that's part of my sharing platform here, is like we all have those sort of really dense imprints. And a compassion piece is recognizing that there's the dark ages, that we're outworking 6-7 generations of density, of fearful programming, of trauma, of pain. That's, for whatever reason, that's part of the human story. That's part of an evolutionary leap. That's part of us digging in, holding space, and allowing these waves of emotion. And that's a big piece that I really want to share. I kind of have to be quick here. It's that's the kind of paradox of the work, as well, as knowing that the mind in that historical context wants to dominate. And that's even a piece here when it comes to some spiritual teachings, or a deflection of ownership and responsibility. It's that we do live in a world that's tried to dominate. We want to control our emotions, and that's almost, I say, a slightly different awareness from within me, is that I've had to just allow my emotional body to feel, to let the waves, let the emotions come up, because there's so much in that. When those emotions come up, all this stuff, that ancestral wounding, that deep, those contracts and those ties and that programming, though, when I just let the emotional body release and move through me, rather than try to control it, rather than try to push it aside, rather than try to pretend it's not there, just let the waves of pain move through me. And this, as a process, as a method for living, has allowed me to feel like I'm moving in a really momentous way, and in a really radiant and shining way, in a way that feels good for me. And the polarity of expression and being tuned in and feeling alive and feeling in the flow and feeling in abundant, and the polarity that I wish to share with people is that the deep inner work that I do is often, I'm talking like a lot of days of the month, I am like just sitting processing pain in my emotional body. I'm feeling pain, crying, tuning in, allowing my emotional body to just purge and move and feel all that's there. I'm not attacking people. Sometimes I'm sharing my trigger with you guys, which I think is relevant to some of us, and sharing the kind of process of, whoa, I'm having an emotional theme. Never, and that's where sometimes we think it's, when we're still really hooked into the other, we think I'm blaming or attacking men, or I'm blaming or attacking the patriarchy. No, my process is like, I'm here to transform that energy stream. I'm here to transform the perspective of fear and separation and divide and conquer and control and domination into a world of unity and connectivity and higher frequency, and kind of healed in a way that we maybe thought was just in our imagination, but it's true. It's actually who we are. We're these healed, divine, conscious creators. We just have to unlock from that fearful view of separation or perspective of separation, heal the body through the emotional kind of karmic release that we can all agree to. It's just an agreed process, you could say, which clearly I think is happening because we all connect from different parts of the world and align with this emotional work on some level. This deep knowing that somehow, okay, so here I am in the present moment, and these waves are coming up. They're not relevant to the present moment, but I'm going to let these waves of emotion come through me because I can feel the pain. I can feel it through my body. And then we get lighter and lighter through each wave. We get lighter and lighter through each conscious light-filled transformation, where we don't attack the world. We're not blaming the world, right? We're just here to live and breathe and be in the present moment. Let it be a beautiful trip to Bali. Ash, it sure is. Thank you for posting that, because I'm going to wrap it up right there, you guys. It's a cold and rainy day in England, so it's kind of like a nice day to be like, oh yeah, I have to catch a plane to Bali, and then drop into Bali and get my lights and my camera set up, because I'm going to go straight in. I can feel it. I can feel this. I want to start. I really want to get into it and start writing and filming for Spirituality Simplified, and just experience the energy there, because it's always so deeply healing and transformative. And yes, I'll be sharing some live nuggets and hopping on some calls with you guys as well. So have a great day. Lots of mega love, hot vibration. And I'm wishing you beautiful energy wherever you are, and also lots of love and compassion if you're sitting in some emotional junk. Indeed, indeed. It's a vortexual, I think, healing point. There's a lot of kind of good energy there, I think. Hey, Marco! Awesome, dude. Have an awesome day, you guys. I'll speak to you real soon. Peace out.